my dad takes me to the Wiener Schnitzel, and one of my favorite places in San Bernardino to go eat at. And I've been drinking, and he pulls out a .38 pistol and puts the gun to my head and said, "I brought you in this world, I take you out of this world." And my mom and dad ended up getting a divorce, and had a stepdad in my life, and my stepdad, pretty abusive and on drugs. And I remember he and I getting into a fight and him putting his hands on me, and a lot led to that, and that just led to continuously, not trusting men and not trusting people. You have a dad, a stepdad that's supposed to love you and be a mentor in one sense, and you can't even trust them. And going through high school, not trusting any men. One individual specifically, Chris Johnson, he was a young man that raised in the church, loved the Lord, and the Lord had been dealing with him, and him just sharing the word with me even in high school. And so from high school went on to play college football at Southwestern Junior College, and then went on to San Jose State University and played ball there. And during all this time, living the life that James Gordon desired to live, and the partying, the drinking, and the womanizing, and thinking I was enjoying life. In one sense I was. I'm transferred up to Fresno and played some semi-pro football there in Fresno, and had some friends and still living that life. And one summer, headed back to San Diego in the off season and hanging out with some friends at a club and out partying, and I end up getting stabbed. A Coke bottle busted over the bar, and someone stabs me in the side, and from that I'm in the hospital bedridden for 3 days. And here comes my old good friend Chris Johnson around the corner, and as I'm bedridden in the hospital and I'm laying there, I'm released, and he comes visit me at my mom's house, and he just gives me the good old book of James. Consider it joy. Here I am laying in the bed, bedridden, stab wounds, and I'm reading from some scriptures that are stating, consider it joy when you go through trials and tribulations, because it's the testing of your faith. And yet that was so practical. I think that was, kind of divine. James, here's the book of James, and I want you to read this book, while you're here in this bed. And honestly, I read that book probably about 6 or 7 times, laying in that bed. And I moved back home to San Diego, and at a Bible study at Chris Johnson's living room. I gave my life to the Lord Jesus Christ in 1996. And I remember being at my dad's funeral, and I'll never forget the first time and the last time I saw my grandfather was at my dad's funeral, my dad's dad. And the Lord took me back and showed me that and said, "James Gordon, your dad is in his grave. You need to release that and give it to me," because a large part of the reason why your dad was the way that he was is because he didn't have a dad in his life to teach and mold him, to show him who Jesus Christ was. And so to this day, I love men. I do a yearly men's retreat, and a part of that, is just me pouring out to men and, telling, hey, love your sons. And ultimately, the number one thing is love the Lord and pour your life out for the Lord and to the Lord, so that he can walk and guide you and give you the wisdom that you need in being men of God.